There's a lovely saying, there's a book in everybody. Well, I'm not really sure that's strictly true, but I'm sure we've got lots of experiences and stories that sometimes we might sort of think, oh, I really ought to sit down and write them all down. I work with a lot of HR directors and finance directors and people in businesses, and we often get onto this subject. I think, oh, you must have some stories. And they go, yeah, I really ought to write them down, but I could end up in prison with them. I said, no, let's get going. But no, seriously, it's a good idea to actually start thinking about them. Now, if you're in a position where, sometimes you don't sort of find that you have great self-esteem and confidence and you don't really like talking about yourselves, or if you've got to start going for job interviews, and there again, they can be very scary, and gosh, I've got to start talking about myself. And on the other videos, I've talked about, we need to be a subject matter expert in ourselves. And a great way to develop this is actually just to start writing some of your stories down. And I never thought I'd end up writing a book, and I'm very pleased with my book, but it started about 2 or 3 years ago, where I sat down and I do a lot of training courses, a lot of conference talks and speeches and things. And I've always got lots of stories, and I thought, well, actually, I'm starting to forget some of them. And some of my favourite ones are a couple about my old HR director, which I'll perhaps do at the end. Go on, I'll do it now. And one day she had to go to the ladies' lavatories, and my HR director, she's going to watch this and kill me. She was, let's say, sometimes rather posh. And she had to go to the ladies' lavatories in the offices, and it was working for a firm of lawyers at the time. And she went to the ladies' lavatories, and on the way back, she said to John, the office manager, John, there's no toilet paper in the ladies' lavatories. Please could you rectify the situation? And John said, oh, hang on a minute. Oh, nearly said her name then. Here's the key. There's a cupboard down the corridor. If you could take a couple of rolls out of the cupboard, put them in your cubicle and the cubicle next to it, that'd be really nice. And she turned round to him and sort of just, John, if I do that, won't that make it rather expensive lavatory paper? And she came back and told us this story, and I've used it often about sort of the art of delegation, and we were in tears when she told us this. And that was one of the first stories I ever wrote down, actually. But so we've got all these stories, and as I said, if we're trying to sell ourselves and promote ourselves, it's a good way of getting your ideas and gives you a way of focusing. Just simply get a Word document, put a title, and just start writing. Give it a go. I'm not sort of saying that, you're going to end up writing a book, but you never know. All the books behind me, all people I know, and they've all given it a go. But what it has done is give me lots of material, lots of content, lots of things to talk about when I'm trying to give examples and promoting and selling myself. So I'd highly recommend the activity. So write the title, start writing. Once you've written it, reread it, go and have a reflection, refine some of it, rewrite it until you're happy. And also doing a YouTube channel, which I set up over a year ago, and that's been a great exercise, writing scripts. And then it generates other ideas and other thoughts. I could write about that and I could talk about this. And there again, it starts to give you some great content. So there again, I'm sure we've all got LinkedIn profiles, and it just gives you some content to put out there to show people that you're really engaged with your profession. And I think it's a really good way to demonstrate that you are engaged and you're trying to involve. So it's a great exercise. It's very fulfilling. And I know, sometimes we can find some time on our hands, and it's good to reflect on some of those stories. And it's a great way of boosting self-esteem, confidence, and get us talking and being more confident about ourselves. So go and get your Word document, crack on. Give it a go, and if you do write a post based on this, or do write some bits down, please do get in contact and let me know. And if you are watching this and you have written a book and I haven't got it up there, please give me a shout. I'm more than happy to buy it. I don't want a freebie unless you want to swap for mine. Perhaps you might want to just me to buy it then. And just see which way that goes. So thank you for your time, and hopefully catch up very shortly.